it's your girl Jana, and I'm back today with yet another video. We're gonna be taking a look at a ton of really spooky videos from all over the internet, so don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into it.
This footage is terrifying to any cyclist on the road. Published in April of 2022, Cycling Mikey writes, "The footage was given to me by a subscriber who asked me to make the video available. In case anyone knows this man and is willing to give his details." He had videoed the driver using his mobile phone, and the driver took exception to that. Captured at around 10:30 p.m. in July of 2021, the footage shows a cyclist riding as fast as he can from the car in question. He is calling out to any passers-by to call the police.
Help me! Call the police! Call the police! Help me! Help me!
The car is clearly chasing him. It even drives up on the sidewalk at one point as the cyclist tries to escape. The cyclist luckily eventually loses the driver, pulls into a driveway and drops his bike to the ground.
What the hell is wrong with whoever is driving that car? Why would he even be chasing him? And not just chasing him, I mean, this guy literally started driving on the sidewalk and came incredibly close to hitting him. How freaking terrifying.
Commenters call this outrageous and criminal behavior, while at least one commenter was able to capture the license plate number. Was it enough to find the culprit, or does he have dodgy plates? Sadly, I was never able to find out.
Honestly, I really hope they found the guy because he needs to be held accountable. Clearly, he was after this guy trying to deliberately hurt him. That guy needs to be locked up.
Never in a million years should you cross this bridge. Posted to TikTok by Real Horror Talk, a man on a motorcycle enters onto a narrow wooden bridge crossing a wide and fast moving river. There are no railings. Let's watch. As he rides steadily across, he looks to his right and then to his left. The water is flowing rapidly past. He continues on as if he does this every day, and maybe he does.
There is literally no railings on that bridge, and he is just so casually driving over it. Absolutely insane. Clearly, this guy is very experienced with motorcycles, so I'm assuming he knows what he's doing to be crossing a bridge like that.
Published by Mark Hayes in October of 2014, the mythical creature surfaces in this scary video. The footage shows something large adrift in the middle of Loch Ness. The enormous creature breaks the surface with its eel-like body. It weaves around the lake, coming closer and closer toward the camera. Birds fly down, appearing to land on its back for a moment before flying off again. The creature's body even seems to curve up out of the water. Skeptics in the comments have me questioning things. Some commenters say it moves too rigidly and mechanically, and is more likely to be an underwater cable or a water dredge system utilizing a hose. Others think it could be an animal, not a monster, with Sue Copening writing, "Recently they have found eel DNA in the lochs in great numbers. Nessie could simply be members of a large species of eel, or perhaps eels. Is that all Nessie is? A gigantic eel?"
I personally do not think this is the Loch Ness monster. As much as it does kind of look like it, I do think it's some sort of underwater cable that is resurfacing for whatever reason. And so it looks like it is something just swimming through the water. I guess it could also potentially be a ginormous eel. However, I'm not too sure about that. It didn't really look like an eel to me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think this is footage of the Loch Ness monster? Or is it just as innocent as an underwater pipe?
Is that a hula hoop? Posted to TikTok by Camilo Rodriguez, a dark ring looks like it's burnt into the sky above. The mysterious video was captured in Colombia on March 6, 2022. After searching for some explanation, I couldn't find any for this specific ring, but I have found that it's not unique. One appeared over Pakistan in 2020 and is thought to have been caused by a small combustion blast through a circular structure. Again, one in Britain in 2014. This was traced back to a fireworks test. And finally, over Chicago in 2012, this one traced to the rupture of an electrical transformer. So while this may look like an ominous vortex to misery, I guess it's actually an ominous vortex of mystery.
The shape is definitely pretty crazy, but because there were so many times in the past where we've seen this, and we know that it's usually due to some sort of explosion, it makes sense that this one as well would be caused by some sort of explosion or combustion or something like that. It does look like some sort of dark vortex or portal or something straight out of Harry Potter.
Published by Erwin Saunders, these pixies apparently turned up at an inconvenient time. Concealed in a portable toilet, Erwin's son is waiting in the thick forest so he and Erwin can spy these little creatures. The little guys are springing around the moss-covered ground. One of them even climbs atop the portable toilet, while Erwin's son sits inside. Peering out the window, he sees this creature, which looks more like a goblin to me than a pixie.
I have seen a bunch of these videos before and I absolutely love them. They're just so freaking adorable to me, and there's something so whimsical about them. Not to mention the editing is absolutely top tier. I mean, these little goblins look so freaking real. I don't know, it's such a unique concept.
Eventually, the pixies leave, but not without throwing sticks at the tent.
They're throwing things at the tent.
Are these the pixies of your imagination, or are they their evil twin brothers? Either way, I'm gonna stay far away from that forest.
Are you kidding me? You're telling me you don't want to go in that forest and meet these adorable little goblins? That would literally be a dream come true. And it's so funny how they're throwing sticks at him as if that's gonna do anything. This video definitely makes me wish that fairies and goblins were real. And who knows, maybe they are.
There's more to this selfie than what meets the eye. Posted to TikTok, Dita and her friends pose for pictures, but someone else sneaks into the last shot. In the background, a girl is seen peering through a crack in the door. In other frames, she is not there, but then again she appears peeking around the corner. Is this just someone who wants to be included? Or is this a ghost? Phantom photobombing.
It looks like someone is peeking through the door, quite literally just staring at them while they take this picture. So it's either their friend that is trying to photobomb the picture, or it's an actual ghost photobombing them.
This bike rider is about to get ghosted. Published by Scary Desk in February of 2022, a man on a motorbike stops in the middle of the road, and he's looking down the street at something. A pedestrian also stops nearby, and he seems to be looking at the same thing, which so far is off screen. After the pedestrian leaves, we see this. A shadow figure walks determinedly at the dude on the motorbike. As he gets closer, he disappears for a moment, but the man deliberately pushes his bike over as if to make a blockade between them and then runs off. The shadow figure suddenly reappears, and he surprisingly runs off too in the opposite direction. What is going on with this confrontation? It looks like the shadow was as afraid of the encounter as these guys were.
Okay, my theory is that this is not a spirit whatsoever. I think this is one of those rare cases where there is something genuinely wrong with the camera. I think what's happening is that somebody approaches him trying to steal his motorcycle, and for whatever reason, the camera is blurring them out so it looks like it's a ghost. However, considering both him and the passerby saw this person and he decided to just drop the bike and run away, I really do think it's just a failed robbery attempt. It's definitely very bizarre how the camera blurs him out, but I do think sometimes that just happens.
Can two separate security cameras glitch at once? Or is this The Matrix Revisited? Posted to the very spooky video subreddit, a woman in Colombia appears to have vanished, and her vanishing act was captured from two angles. From one angle, she is walking down the sidewalk. She pauses for a moment, then walks a bit more before suddenly zapping from view. A second video captures her at an angle from the front. Again, she walks forward before disappearing into thin air at the corner of the sidewalk. Did she just teleport to another dimension? Some in the comments think this was just CCTV taking photos every few seconds, which were sped up for viewing. That way the girl could have disappeared in the so-called vanishing act. Others think this girl obviously has the gift of invisibility. What do you think is going on here?
I personally do not think she has the gift of invisibility. However, it is very interesting that both of the cameras made a similar glitch, making it look like she disappeared. Potentially because it is a bunch of pictures taken and then put together to make a video, which would explain why in the first moment she's there and in the next she's not.
Captured at Hillview Manor in Newcastle, these paranormal explorers face their fears. Published by SCWC in October of 2019, the uploader calls this the scariest moment of their entire life. Although the video has no sound, the YouTuber says footsteps charged at them from down the hallway. The video shows their terrified reaction as they all look toward it. One of them even dives out of the way as the invisible spirit charges toward them. Noting that the footsteps ran between all of them, the uploader writes, "The walls and floor shook with every footstep this spirit took while running." Well, you don't see anything run past. This group's synced reaction seems more than genuine. What was in the Hill House with them?
Their reactions are incredibly synced and really do seem genuine. So I do believe that they either heard or saw something that we could not hear or see on camera. I also find it so funny how the guy literally dove out of the way.
This night watchman should watch out for ghosts. Published by Ghost Fighter Live in April of 2022, the creepy video starts with someone in a hooded white robe walking across the roof. A security guard sleeps on a ramp below. Although the sleeping person is unaware of the robed figure, his movement seems to be disturbed by him. The robed figure then vanishes, and the sleeping man is woken by a noise in the yard. He gets up to investigate. Finding nothing, he lies back down to sleep only for the robed figure to appear again. He disappears a second time on the roof, and another noise startles the sleeping guard awake. A third time, the guard lies down to sleep, and the robed figure reappears, this time getting closer to him. The figure seems to be controlling his movements, and suddenly the man is startled awake again. Carrying a large stick for protection, he searches for the figure, but he should have looked upwards.
I have so many questions. First of all, why is the security guard sleeping on the job? Second of all, who the hell is on that roof and what the hell are they doing? Because to me, this doesn't look like a ghost. It looks like a hooded figure. So either someone that broke onto the property or somebody that's been hiding there for an extended period of time, which obviously wouldn't be difficult to do considering the security guard is sleeping.
A disturbing shadow is settling over this room. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit, Kenton Bryant Music writes, "My buddy had his motion sensor go off for this. It never goes off unless his dog walks in front of the camera. The only problem? The dog was locked in the bedroom at the time." This was captured on his friend's Wise security camera in February of 2020. The video shows a darkened room with a light source at one end. A dark shadow sweeps into view, covering the light source briefly before disappearing from sight. The strangest part about this is that the shadow seems not to touch the ground. Is it flying? Redditor Gucci the God says that it could be lights from a passing car, coupled with a low-light capture of the camera. But the OP nixes this idea, saying there's no window there and the driveway is private. Some in the comments think this is legit paranormal footage. This really looks like a shadow figure to me. What do you think?
To me, that really does look like some sort of shadow figure. It could also be a car passing by, but if they do have a private driveway, the chances of that are pretty low. And again, because his dog is locked in a room, there's really not too many options other than a really creepy looking glitch or an actual spirit living in his house. And because of the way that it floated across frame, I'm really concerned it might actually be a freaking ghost. If I saw something like that on my security camera, I would be moving out immediately.
This dog knows what's up. Published by Ghost Hunting Unique 0.4 in April of 2022. This dog is seen staring down the road. He then runs away without explanation. That's when this figure appears suddenly in the middle of the road. The figure later vanishes. But then this weirdo pops up, scaring a passerby. It's unclear what he wants, but he too vanishes after a moment.
What the hell is going on here? It seems like people are just popping in and out of existence. First, this guy literally teleported in front of the house, and then it looks like this other man just appeared out of nowhere. So either something is wildly wrong with this camera, or these people can freaking teleport.
Later, another figure disappears as he's crossing the street. Is this just a road of no return? The Bermuda Triangle of pavement? Or is something else going on here?
So what, now everyone on this street is just disappearing? This has to be some sort of editing or camera trick, because if this is real, then they are right. This is the Bermuda Triangle of streets. Whoever goes there just disappears into thin air.
This unexplained figure is keeping me up at night. Published by Fashad Rai in March of 2022. This image has spread internationally on YouTube and elsewhere online. The image shows this figure in a dress, somehow perched high on a wall. Where its face should be, long dark hair is instead two glowing white orbs in place of its eyes. Has this ghost been watching too much Spider-Man? How is it fixed so high like this on the wall? After doing some digging, I can't find out any information about this image's original source. I wasn't even able to find the video associated with it.
I will definitely be thinking about this picture when I'm trying to fall asleep tonight. How the hell are they just literally crawling on the wall? It's definitely giving Spider-Man. The hair in front of the face with the glowing eyes is definitely really creepy. But because we don't know the source of this photo, we don't know if it's real or not. And we don't even know where the hell it came from. Like, who took it? Where is it? Who the hell is that? Absolutely zero answers, which makes all of this even scarier.
There's something unnatural in this yard. Can you tell what it is? Published by Ghost Chanel in April of 2022. You can see a white object moving in the darkness. The object is a little figure. The figure's arms reaches out, and then this happens. Reaching out his arms moves the cart back. After moving it back again, the ghost disappears from view, only to reappear on the other side of the cart. A moment later, he is sleeping on it. Are these phantom powers being used for good or evil? They seem to be just for fun.
Okay, this is another really confusing one, because this spirit started off moving this big cart by literally just pointing in the direction that it wanted it to be moved, and then it teleported, and then it decided to fall asleep on the cart. What is going on? Is this a spirit, or is it just a person with really crazy superpowers? Maybe the ghost just got really tired and needed to take a nap.
If Alexa ever laughs like this, throw her out. Posted to TikTok by Harry McClary. This virtual assistant has been acting out lately inside Harry's room. After giggling creepily, Alexa says this.
The deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of a deceased person is known as a seance.
Did Harry make a deliberate attempt to contact a person who has passed on? Did he have a seance? Did he even ask Alexa about it? Alexa also shares this skill. I'm guessing Harry doesn't want her to try it again, especially not after this creepy giggling.
Wanna try it? Chee-hee, 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 chee-hee.
While some in the comments say they'd dropkick the Amazon Alexa, others think a spirit is trying to speak to Harry through it. TikToker Candace Kaczynski writes, Spirit is trying to tell you how to contact them. Be careful with seances. Get a professional.
Oh yeah, I can absolutely promise you that Alexa is getting drop kicked because clearly it is either messing with me or it's possessed by a freaking demon. I'm pretty sure I have seen this clip somewhere before, potentially even on this channel. Who knew that your Alexa could get possessed? But alright you guys, we finally made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which one of these clips scared you the most. But I really hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I love you guys so much and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.